Hi, I'm Madi Hastings with Laser Cut Quilts, and today we're going to be talking about Garden Party, a new laser cut block of the month presented in conjunction with Laura Heine from Fiberworks, and this is her pattern. I've completed the first block of it here, and it's all appliqued down, but today I'm going to be showing you the second block of this kit, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you what comes in the kit. Laura Heine's pattern is going to be included, and you're going to follow all instruction in here, but we're also going to include an applique general instruction sheet, which will just give some tips and tricks on what stitches to use, what settings for your iron, so on and so forth. And then it's going to include a color picture of the new colorway, so that you'll know placement wise where to put everything for each block. Oops, and I have this upside down, so I have it labeled here for my purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 blocks in it, and then this is block 2, and these are all of the pieces that are going to come in block 2. And you can see that they've each been laser cut, and some of these tabs again you'll snip to get each piece out, but that's what it is. Now I'm going to show you guys how to get the background fabric and then put all of the pieces on it. I've pinned the layout guide to the piece of fabric that I'm wanting to back, and I'm just going to start laying out each of these pieces, and I can see really well through it. You're going to want to choose a white background. If you choose a dark background, because the kit doesn't include the backgrounds and bindings, you are going to want a light box to be able to see through and trace each of these pieces. So I've chosen a light background today, and we're going to go ahead and start laying out each of these pieces, and I'll show you what comes in the kit. For ease's sake, I have already cut all of these out. When you receive the kit, it will come like this, and so each of these tabs just help keep the pieces together so that you're not losing pieces in the kit, and so that you're able to see which colors go with which pieces and all of that. But you just have a couple tabs, and you just use some little scissors to snip this right there, and then you'll place it accordingly. Okay, so I have already pre-cut each of these out, just to get a head start on what we're doing, and I'm going to be finding the placement of each of these. You can see on some of the pieces, when I snipped them out, the fusible backing came off, and that's not a big deal, because the glue should still be adhered to the back of the fabric, so you're just going to want to place it, and then it'll iron in place just fine, just like any of the other pieces. And then I have all of these pieces too that I'm going to be finding where they go. And all of these have been laser cut out. You can see there's really not any burning on it. And so it's like you took it and snipped it with scissors, but it is a perfect cut and should match perfectly with within the layout guide. So it's really nice that way. I'm going to lay all of these here. And the only thing I need to pay really close attention to when I'm laying these out is what pieces go under other pieces. So I can see that this flower center is going to go over top of my petals, and then my butterfly body is going to go over the wings. So I'm just going to start by taking a piece, and I know the wings go under it, so I'm going to take this and peel off this backing. You can see it came off really easily. We use soft fuse premium fusible, and it's kind of tacky right there, so you can feel that the glue adhered really nicely. And then I'm just going to line that up perfectly with the layout guide. And I want to double check. So these pieces are going to be going on top of my wing. So I'm going to find them and lay them out. And I can actually iron all of them at the same time. I like to keep my fusible in a nice little pile off to the side as I peel them. You can either glue pieces on a couple at a time, or you can make sure to place everything at once, make sure it's in the right spot, and then just start hitting it with your iron. I've done it both ways, and both ways work really well. If you're working with a large quilt, which I'm not today, it's nice to do it in sections so that if you're moving things around, it's not sliding all over the place, because this fusible does not tack down like some of your other brands do. It's easily moved. So that's just something to note. And I'm just going to keep working on this. Okay, so I have placed all of these down, and I've had some help from Mark, who was reluctant to be a hand model for me. But, and I haven't been super particular about where the hearts went, because they're all pretty much the same, but if you're particular, you can refer to the color photo in the kit. And I'm just going to square these up, make sure they're exactly where they need to be. And I have not ironed anything down yet, but I am going to make sure that my iron is set to no steam. Okay, here's my iron, and I'm setting it to no steam. Okay, and it's hot. And then I'm just going to, I'm not going to run it because it can move the pieces, so I'm just going to press it and then hold it down for 5 to 10 seconds a piece, and just make sure that I cover all of my square footage here. Alright, here is my second block all completed. It still needs to be appliqued down. If you would like to see a tutorial on how to get a perfect buttonhole stitch, click the button below.